Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, it is October 13th, 2012. On a nice Saturday, it's about 13 degrees out. The funny thing is, if this were the summer, I would have been shivering. But today feels real warm. And look, the sky's blue, the sun's out, just a light breeze, really nice weather. Weather aside, and no more BS, I'd like to show you my latest acquisition. A John Deere 300. I got this tractor from a guy at school. Basically what happened was a guy in my social class, occasionally I'd end up talking about lawn tractors and stuff. And so he's like, "Hey Rory, I got a tractor, you want it?" So I said, "Sure." So he says, "Oh, it's green and it runs." And I asked him, "You know anything more than that?" He said, "No." So basically, I was expecting some sort of green piece of crap rally lawnmower or something like that I would have just tooled around with and stripped and scrapped, and that wasn't really significant. But then he sends me pictures, and he sent me a picture. It was just like this. So I knew it was an older model John Deere tractor, the 300 series tractor. But what I wasn't sure about was whether it was a 316 or a 300. And kind of happy it was a 300, because that means I get H2. And as you can see, the hydraulic levers aren't perfect. They've got a lot of play in them. And here's the dashboard. Get the ammeter, electric clutch, the choke, the dash mounted hydro, and the lights, which unfortunately don't work. And I do have the missing lens, and the bulb is somewhere down under there. You can see it's there, just hanging down. Gas tank is empty. It's not full of stale gas. And it's complete. I have the missing grill piece, so that's always good. Basically, the story goes with this tractor, had a huge transmission leak. He said he was just pouring out, so he disconnected the drive shaft and parked the tractor, and that was the end of it. It's too bad he disconnected the drive shaft, because he then lost all of the parts that I would need to bolt this on here, and those bolts are twisted off, and lost all the parts for the gas tank and that fender pan, and to put the drive shaft back together. But he does have all the appropriate couplers still there, and so that's good. So I could put the drive shaft on, run the engine, and see where it's leaking out. If it's a cracked transmission housing, then depending on how severe it is, I'll probably have my Uncle Alec do some aluminum welding, and that'll clear that problem up. If it's a leaky seal, then I'll take the transaxle out, take it to Martin Equipment, get them to put a new gasket in and charge me whatever, $200-300 for labor. And if it's hopefully a leaky hydraulic coupling is all it is, then, well, just a matter of replacing that. And that means I can drive it and mow with it next summer, because the 48-inch mowing deck that was included with it is in pristine shape. In fact, this whole tractor is in very good shape. Now I'll show you under the hood. I hooked up an Optima battery, the Optima Blue Cell battery, so there's absolutely no way this thing will run out of juice anytime soon. I looked at the engine. It's got low oil. Don't know about the air filter yet. It has spark, and it has 75 pounds of compression. Taking into consideration the fact that it has ACR, that's a pretty acceptable amount, I think. Again, the lights don't work, but at least I can start the engine. Hopefully it'll run. And I might make an extension of this video just showing you when I get it fired up. So I'll do that now. Alright, so I added about 100 milliliters of oil, primed the carburetor, choked it. Let's run about mid-throttle and see what she does. Well, that was a bit more of a fuss than I expected it to make. Let's try that again. I think that's all she's gonna do for now. I don't think there's much fuel in the tank. Let's try this again. But that was encouraging. Yeah, don't think she's running on fuel from the tank just yet, but that's something that'll come a little later. Didn't expect the engine to shake that much either. Could need some new motor mounts. Anyway, that's all you'll see now of the 300. Probably for quite a little while, actually. Not sure whether I'm going to take this thing over to my grandpa's shop as a winter project or keep it here, because my Uncle Alec, the Deere man, usually likes to hang out at grandpa's more than he does here, so we'll see. But anyway, I'm glad to know that it has a very good running Kohler K341S engine in it. That's nice, and it'll probably make this thing definitely worth rebuilding, provided there's no major flaws with the transaxle, because he said it wasn't just a slow leak, that the fluid was gushing out of that thing. Anyway, enough of my rambling. There it was, ladies and gentlemen, the John Deere 300, running for the first time in 2 years. Goodbye.